refuse to split my mother's inheritance with my siblings because they have their own.
Yeah, it looks like you already have all of the money and property.
I, 28 female, have 6 siblings. Our mom recently passed in November from stage 4 cancer. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, super, super sad.
I had a really great relationship with my mom. We would spend time together, and my 4 children, 5-year-old twins, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, all loved her. I am the youngest of all my siblings. My older siblings didn't prioritize much time with my mom until the last few months when she couldn't do much for herself anymore. By the way, this comes from Top Protection 6367, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit.
You heard her, folks.
So, I currently live with my boyfriend, 38 male, and our 4 children in a 3-bedroom apartment. It's a nice apartment, but of course, it's not ideal for our large family. Over the summer, while my mom was still very coherent, she signed a transfer on death of her house, 5-bedroom, 3-bath to me for myself, my boyfriend, and our children to move into. She did the transfer so I wouldn't have to buy the house, as we would not be able to afford a loan for her house. And her house only had less than a year left until it was completely paid off, so we would be able to afford her payments that way. All of my other siblings own their own homes and have plenty of room in their homes for their individual families. I didn't ask my other siblings if they were okay with this, but I didn't see it as their decision or whether they had a say, considering it's our mom's house and she had a final say anyway.
Exactly.
That's right.
Straight up. Exactly that.
Yeah. Like when she was literally alive and coherent, like
she made her decision, dude.
Yeah. Hate to break it to you guys. And like I said, all of my siblings own their own homes anyway. Once my mom passed, she had some medical bills that needed taken care of, so it seemed as though we would need to sell the house to take care of them. After looking into it more, my boyfriend said that he would buy the house at just enough to cover the medical bills rather than what it's worth, considering we cannot afford what's worth. Plus, my mom had planned on us just moving in and not doing any sort of loan anyway. She had a cash inheritance, which she left my oldest sister, Melanie, 43 female, to split equally among all of my siblings. Since my mom had passed, we have asked Melanie how much is left in the inheritance, as it would be split 7 ways, and she would always kind of dodge the question.
I see
sneaky.
you. I see you.
Give Andrew one.
Yeah, I just realized why these are here now. That makes so much more sense.
Yes. Melanie gonna take that money.
She would say she hasn't counted it yet, or she's unsure. I smell lies.
I mean, I haven't counted the number that I'm gonna tell you is the real number, but I haven't come up with my fake number yet. I gotta do some more math.
My mom also had some coins that were worth some money. She had 4 coins worth about $3,200 and a 5th coin worth about $1,200. I only found out about these coins from my other sister, Rochelle, 35 female, because she told me Melanie thought about giving the A coin worth $3,200 to herself, Rochelle, my brother, Nick, 37 male, and myself. The coin worth less to another hand-picked sibling.
Well, real quick, you can't give 1 coin to 3 people.
Well, yeah,
what are we doing?
I'm assuming she would pay for it, or like get the money for it and then split that up.
I don't know.
That's a way to look at it too.
Maybe just give each person a coin or something.
Yeah, I would totally get so much value that way.
You should have each of them flip the coin to determine which of them gets to keep it.
There you go. There you go. And then just never telling the last 2 siblings about the coins at all. What? That's so sneaky.
Yeah, that's too sneaky.
That really upset me. Makes sense. I understand the coins gain value over time, and that's why they didn't want to pawn them for cash to split equally, but that is really unfair, and considering that there are not 7 coins, I believe the fair situation would be to pawn them for cash so everyone could be involved. I suggested that and then never heard anything else about the coins.
I wonder where they could be going. Maybe into someone's pocket.
Oh boy. And then one day last week when I had Rochelle and my niece over for dinner, she dropped a gold coin out of her purse and quickly put it back. Oh no, she's ratting herself out. What an amateur thief. Oh my goodness. I never said anything, but I couldn't believe that they decided to kick me out of that inheritance because I stuck up for the 3 siblings that were going to be slighted. Well, flash to a couple days ago, my boyfriend got approved for the loan. I told Melanie about this to keep her in the loop, and her response shocked me. She told me that she did not feel comfortable selling the house to my boyfriend. I didn't understand because selling the house to my boyfriend was just a way for us to keep the house so that my mom's medical bills would be paid. And my mom's wishes were for my family to move into the house. After I got off the phone with Melanie, I called Rochelle to see how she felt, but she couldn't talk right away.
Oh, yeah, probably because she was still
already on the phone with
colluding with the other stinkers.
Yeah. Once I was able to talk to Rochelle, it was very clear that Melanie had gotten to her first and manipulated the situation. So I texted the group chat with my siblings. Essentially, they all want to sell the house at full value to a stranger so they can receive an inheritance of cash from the house selling. Melanie had very obviously made them believe that my mom only transferred the house into my name so I could take care of selling it and splitting the money with all of my siblings. That wasn't the truth, and I tried telling them that our mom did not do that, but Melanie had manipulated the situation.
That's crazy, dude. To manipulate that while your mom is like actively has medical debt that she needs to pay off. It's like, that's like, you're just the scummiest.
Absolutely. Selfish. For context, Melanie is the oldest, and all of our siblings can be pretty easily manipulated in a situation when it comes to Melanie. It sounds terrible, but it's true. I can see right through it and tried to say my side, but they are all on Melanie's side. They all want cash from the house, but I want to live in it like my mom intended. Yeah, it's what she wanted. Okay?
Yeah.
It's what the mom wanted.
Respect her wishes.
Yeah, come on now. Like I said, my mom transferred the house into my name. So I'm going through with selling the house to my boyfriend to pay my mom's medical bills, and so us and our 4 children can live there. My siblings feel like I have scammed them out of an inheritance, but I feel like I found a way to get the medical bills paid so that my family can live there, which is what my mom intended when she was here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like, hello, there's a house.
Hello.
You got a house.
Yeah. So, am I the a-hole? What would you say, Dakota?
Well, if I was one of your siblings, I'd be like, yeah, but I'm not, so no.
Because they're stupid.
All they want is the money.
Yeah.
They just want the money.
But
money.
Like,
money.
I wonder how much they would even get the house for and how much the medical bills are, because it's like, you're still going to have to pay for those, you know? And like, the boyfriend is basically like offering to pay for all the medical bills with this whole house situation.
Like, I will buy the house for the cost of the medical bills.
Right. And so it's like,
and then the house stays in the family.
Yeah. And it's like totally not his responsibility to do that. I would think it would be split amongst the siblings if they were to take care of all that. So it's like, how much money would you even be getting from the like house payment if you have to pay for the medical bills?
It's like,
you know what I mean? There are some relevant comments. Comment number 1 says, why are you selling the house to your boyfriend? If you want to be able to keep the house, he could just pay your mother's bills and debts instead of buying the house. Then the house would stay in your name. ETA, not the a-hole. Your siblings got their inheritance. Don't split anything with them. Someone else replies, this is also what I don't understand. Her mom made sure that she has a home. Now she's selling it for less than it's worth to her boyfriend. If the relationship ends, she has nothing. Comment number 2. I mean, those are actually good points.
It actually is a good point. I didn't
because I
think
did
about
wonder,
that.
like, what? I mean, maybe it's some sort of complicated tax government thing where it's like it would
perhaps maybe if it goes outside of the family that you don't have to pay estate taxes on it or inheritance taxes or who knows.
I have no idea. I don't know.
But I'm sure that they wouldn't do that if it wasn't like a serious relation. You know, who knows how long they've been dating.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna trust that they're just like making the right decision. I mean, they're married and they have kids, you know. So
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna assume that they know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Because I sure don't. So comment number 2 says, you don't have to pay your mom's medical bills. The house was passed down to you. There's no obligation because she did not pass away intestate without a will regarding the home. You don't need a loan. You are essentially giving your inheritance to a boyfriend. Don't. Oh, I guess they're not. They've been using boyfriend. They're definitely not married. My bad. Get the home put in your name only, even if it has to go through probate as a formality. It is still your home only. Your mom did not intend for you to pay her medical bills. She knew you did not have to. Don't
you have to do that?
I don't know.
Don't medical bills? I'm pretty sure medical bills can be passed down the line.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, hey, these are your mom's bills.
Get inherited.
They're like the freaking mafia, dude.
Well, I wonder if like, does anything in the will like pay for it? Or do you have to like specify that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Someone's
We're operating in the dark a lot here in terms of how much we know about selling a house and what the legal implications of it are.
General,
but like,
I have no idea.
I think they do they not have kids together? I think.
Yeah, they do have kids together.
Yeah. I think that's okay. And I think maybe if you're worried, it is true. If you're worried about the boyfriend taking everything though, just like have the boyfriend buy it and then put the house in your name.
Yeah.
Have the deed transferred to you if it's really that big of a deal.
Maybe that's the thing. If the medical bills do get passed on to the siblings, maybe they have to pay for it rather than the boyfriend. But I don't know. The comment continues, your mom did not intend for you to pay her medical bills. She knew you did not have to. Oh, yeah. Don't let your other siblings rob you of your inheritance. Forget about the coins. Keep your house. Do not put your boyfriend's name on it. You need a home for you and the kids. He can live there with you and even get married, but always keep your house separate. And don't get convinced to take out a huge equity loan on it either. If you do anything different than this, you will have regrets in the future. And we do have another update. So shall we jump into it?
Yes, we shall.
Let's do it. So first, I want to say that I am so appreciative of all the comments that seemingly are truly looking out for my best interest. My older sister, Melanie, had made me believe that the debt needed to be paid from the house, not the cash estate. She would never disclose to us that there was enough to pay off my mom's medical bills. Ah, sneaky girl. Sneaky. I contacted an estate attorney and ended up speaking with the attorney who was directly handling my mom's medical debts. He told me that there was no need to sell the house right now, that my family could move into it with no worry of paying the medical debt until the future if I ever decided to sell it. Interesting. So that's what we're going to do. If we ever decide to sell it, which I don't see right now why we would, as finding a 5-bedroom house is really hard to come by, we will split the sale of the house after her medical debts are paid and of course subtract any money we put into it going forward from their portion. I do agree that keeping the deed of the house in my name is the wise decision so that I will always have the security with my children if something were to ever happen between myself and my partner. I really appreciate all of the comments making that aware to me and all of the comments wanting to make sure I seeked out a lawyer. As far as the coins go, I didn't mention them because I was upset I wasn't getting a portion. I understand getting the house is a big deal. I mentioned what was happening with the coins to give an example as to why I don't feel I can trust Melanie and why I feel like she is not being honest about the money in the estate, which she wasn't. There is more money than just the coins that she is not being honest about. The deceptiveness is what hurts me. I feel like I am very open and honest with my family and would never try to deceive them. I would rather all the conversations, especially with my family, hold integrity. And by the way, we always hold integrity.
That's right.
Because we have stories for you just like this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. Just search OK Storytime with more episodes just like this.
Yes, it's integral that you look up OK Storytime.
Yes, and there is a little bit more. But do we have any final thoughts?
Dude, first of all, high five to me because my ICU was on point.
Yeah.
That woman, as soon as she got that money, she was like, "Oh, I have
all mine.
I have a little scheme to make." Ooh. And then she started taking coins.
Yeah.
I don't know why the freaking siblings can't just get on board here.
I know.
It's a 5-bedroom house.
Literally.
Just freaking keep the house.
Keep
Y'all
it.
already got your inheritance.
It's so useful.
And then if need be, if the house gets sold, then we'll split it. But for God's sakes.
Exactly.
The house is gonna you don't want to sell it now anyway. It's gonna be worth $1 trillion down the line.
Smart to talk to an estate lawyer because get a professional's opinion on this. That's what you gotta do. And
absolutely.
she did it, and that's great. But honestly, if I was OP, I would be okay with letting the coins go by. I feel like a 5-bedroom house is way more in value than these $3,000 and $1,000 coins.
Yeah,
I would let them have that. I think
the description of it just jingling out of her purse onto the ground, and she scrounges it up really quick and just puts it back in. It's yeah. She's got a hole in her purse. She needs that coin. She needs the coin.
Yeah, but there is a little bit more. So let's see what happens next. Once I had felt settled and secure with talking to the lawyer, I texted my sibling group chat to let them know what was going on. The house will stay in my name. Melanie has been manipulating the situation, and once she thought I was selling it to my boyfriend, I knew she would tell all my other siblings that the problem is not that I was keeping the house, but that it would no longer be in my name. I can tell she's very angry that she can no longer spin the story for her narrative. But this is what my mom had intended in the first place. That's what we're saying.
Yes, man. It all goes back to literally the undisputable fact that this is what the mom wanted.
Yes. For myself and my children to have somewhere to live, and she always knew my boyfriend was in our package deal. Melanie still seems mad, but I don't see the problem anymore. I'll keep this post updated if anything else happens to come up. Again, thank you to everyone for the advice. It really helped me out so much and put me in a much more secure position. And we have a few replies. Shall we read them, Riley? Do we have your stamp of approval?
Indeed.
Okay, comment number 1. I am so relieved that you're not selling. Don't ever sell your house, even in the future. That's your children's inheritance. As for Melanie, it's time to cut off the cord and count your losses. OP replied, I truly do not plan on selling the house. I would love to keep it in our family for my children. Another reply, and do not ever add someone's name to the deed. Very important.
Yes.
And that's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah, I would say that's the one thing, is that if it's supposed to be your house and your family,
Yes,
make sure that
that
after
happens.
he pays for it, that your name on the paper.
Right. I wonder if OP can talk to like whatever lawyer is working with Melanie, like with the deed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or not the deed, but the inheritance stuff, like the will. Like, can't she just go directly to that lawyer and be like, yo, this is what's going on. I'm getting scammed over here.
I don't know. I think there's like conflict of interest stuff that goes on if like a lawyer is already taking a case with somebody else.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
But regardless, she needs to get a real a lawyer.